Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today we're going to answer the age-old question, is a whiskey worth buying? It's pretty much the question I answer or try to answer in every video that I do, every review. Is a specific bottle worth having? Does it taste good? Is it a good value? Is it worth the money you have to spend to get it? Now today's subject is Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. And these bottles run retail, should be around 180. Sometimes I see them north of 200, sometimes I see them for crazy prices, but they should be around 200-ish bucks. Now, is it worth it? Is Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend bourbon worth it? Now, this is finished in Armagnac, sherry, and cognac. This is a blended bourbon, and the blending is done by Madame Nancy Fraley, and there's some serious time that goes into making these whiskeys and finishing them. Some of those finishing components are in their finishing barrels for over a year. And if you know anything about Nancy Fraley's special processes, her water is pretty special too. So there's a lot going into this. Now this one is batch 52. It's the World Cup batch. Now, what does it have to do with World Cup? As far as I can tell, nothing. Some of them, the names are kind of based off of tasting notes. This one I'm sure doesn't smell like cleats or jockstraps or jerseys, because that would be sweaty and gross. So I'm not really sure what the name has to do with this batch, but that's the name they gave it. Probably came out around the same time as World Cup, whatever. So they put out a lot of batches of this, and I don't see them all the time. And it's weird because I'll go for a couple years without seeing one, and then bam, I'll see 5 or 6 different ones within a few weeks. So a distribution doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, how that's happening. But it is what it is. So let's jump into this thing, nose and taste, and see if we think it's worth the squeeze. Let's check out this juice. I will say that this is one of the most decadent noses that a bourbon can possibly have. Orange, like orange syrup on apple crisp chips, like dried apple chips. Have you ever seen, like in the grocery store, sometimes they'll have sliced apples that have been dried and made into chips? Sugar and cinnamon, sourdough bread. I get almost a coconut cream or creme de coco nut, you know, like you use to make pina coladas. I get a little hint of that in this one. A little blackberry jam, a little maple syrup, and bacon grease. Like, it's fatty, it's thick. There's all kinds of just chunky stuff going on in there. Let's taste it. Oh, spicy. It's a spicy meatball. It's a ride. This is my first whiskey of the day, so my palate's going, what the hell are you doing right now? Tons of cinnamon. Some of that apple crisp comes through on the taste. Huge chocolatey notes. A peanut, like a really creamy peanut butter. Cherry. Darker fruits than just cherry too. Like some stewed plums, stewed raisins. Maybe even some dates. This has got so much going on the palate. It's hard to even I could sit here and just keep listing things that it's reminding me of. So I'm not going to do that all day. Anyway, so the answer to the question, massive legs. The answer to the question, is it worth it? In my opinion, this bourbon is absolutely worth the price. I even think that it's better than some whiskeys that I've paid way more for. I've paid a lot of money for a few other whiskeys that have been huge disappointments, and not one of these has ever been a disappointment. And I've had 3 or 4 different bottles of them, and I've had samples of half a dozen others, and I've never been upset about one of these. So in my opinion, yes, it's worth the money. Do with that what you will. Until next time, I hope you have a great day.